Hey everybody, Ian Archangel here. I am here with Neil and FI.
Hello.
And we got a few topics today. It looks like a pretty light load. If we get everything done pretty quick, I'll probably take some questions from the chat also. We know that can usually lead to a pretty good time. So let's see, where do we want to begin here? All right.
Wherever you feel like, Archangel.
Yeah. I was wanting to start with Catalonia, but I think I might hold off on that. I actually invited someone in the live stream to talk. Like, I invited someone to talk about it, but I haven't heard back from them. So I don't know if they're going to.
Well, you see, that's just how popular you are.
Yeah, I am the most popular person ever.
Yes. Quite.
So, actually, I think the first topic we should discuss is concerns our little frog in the corner there.
Oh wait, where did it? Oh no!
We're gonna get our live stream taken down now. Way to go, Neil.
Hold on, I gotta. Where did it go? It was there.
There we go.
I
Okay.
It's visible.
Okay, everything is officially okay now. Everything is okay.
How did that disappear?
No, it's upside down.
Weird.
Not spinning around in circles, but we're still okay.
There we go. There we are. There we go.
So our first topic, the Pepe the Frog creator is suing conservatives for using memes. All right. The long story short on this one, Pepe the Frog's creator has pretty much gone through a series of meltdowns over the past few months. While he originally didn't care so much about the use of his character as a meme, more recently he's been a little less happy about it, including attempting to kill off Pepe.
Yes, Pepe.
As the character
Pepe's dead. Long live Pepe.
Yeah, but then Pepe came back because he realized that by killing off the character, it wasn't really doing him any good. So he decided he was going to bring back Pepe as a symbol of hope. Which, whatever, that didn't really work.
What, does he fight Nazis or something?
Oh, who knows? But apparently he is attempting to push a lawsuit on Baked Alaska and Mike Cernovich for their use of Pepe's and
do we
whatever.
Have their uses to show at all?
I don't know if we do.
Now, I believe Cernovich used it in a thumbnail of a news story, of which it was actually on another news story. So, that would be fair use.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like Baked Alaska might have gone a little bit further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are those anime collectible figures on the side?
Yeah, that's what the site always shows there. And then if you accidentally click
one,
jeez. Up, hold on. I will.
No need to hide any of it. Okay. You know full well we've got weebs coming here.
We had ads that were...
Yes, but I think that we might have problems with YouTube.
Yeah. I didn't realize we had risque ads on the side there. That's a.
There we go.
Oh dear.
There we go. Okay.
The weebs will be upset.
The weebs got their fun, and we have a cat girl on here specifically to placate the weebs, so I think they'll be fine.
This was a mistake.
So yeah, the creator, I guess Cerno's lawyers have been pretty on top of it. They pretty much told him to like F off. I haven't heard anything about Baked Alaska concerning this, but I don't really follow Baked Alaska, so
I don't know how bright Baked Alaska is. I know that his eyes are a little dim right now. I'm not sure whatever happened with that.
yeah, I don't know either.
Hasn't Poll like been adding copyright Matt Furie to the Pepe images of late?
Yeah, it's
yes,
especially the racist ones.
Yes, the most offensive of the Pepe images now have a Matt Furie's copyright logo on them to prevent them from being sued by their use, which is a wise idea.
Of course, that doesn't actually stop.
He wants so he wants credit for Pepe now, does he?
Apparently. Apparently. So,
Okay.
Yeah, my little explorer over here. Yeah, you can't face plant off the bed. That would be bad.
This Pepe, is it just me or is this Pepe too green?
Is there such a thing as too green for Pepe?
Yeah, on the upper end of the RGB computer scale, that it gets kind of lime.
I don't know that it's too green.
So very green.
But
yeah, I wish I had what Baked Alaska did. I know that we know that a few people, like Richard Spencer, had a pin. But was he selling the pin? I don't think he was selling the pin. I think he was just wearing it. But where did he buy the pin from?
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering that too. Like, where would you even get a Pepe pin?
Well, you could have it custom made, but considering how popular Pepe is, someone probably made it and sold it, just ignoring the copyright.
Probably on Etsy.
Fun fact for everyone: did you know that the troll face is copyrighted?
No, I did not know that.
You did not?
Why?
Because the person who created it was smart.
Didn't stop it from spreading everywhere.
No, they actually took advantage of that. See this face here?
Free marketing.
Which I'm only showing briefly for the purpose of, that troll face is actually copywritten, and if you use it in a commercial use, you need to pay a licensing.
Nice.
The person has specifically gone through to say it's for any commercial use requires a licensing fee, but any non-commercial use doesn't. And I have a feeling that if someone used it on a stream or something, they probably wouldn't care. But if you're actually selling a product, like all those stupid meme games that have been on Steam, you know, a lot of them disappeared for a while. It was the troll face.
That's actually really clever.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't realize that thing's copywritten, but that's not malicious. That's a person actually protecting their
property.
Yeah. However, I have a feeling that our friend here has well,
the thing with this is also the original creator of the Pepe meme when it took off, but before it continued on the like poll or whatever, like he said he was cool with it being a meme. Like he was pretty okay with that. So he said, it's just how memes work, and it's only like now that he's kind of been like, oh no, I created this evil Pepe. So yeah,
he's trying to appease people he shouldn't even be bothering trying to appease. The appropriate response would have been to raise a giant middle finger, but no.
Well, he's always been a leftist, so I'm not surprised.
I have to say, of course, I'm not a lawyer, but, and again, I'm not a lawyer, hasn't it been used as if it was public domain with no challenge for so long that it effectively is? Like, you hear stories about people getting sued by large companies and then settling out of court in a way where they're actually not hurt financially at all, but the end result is on paper they have a license for something, which is not even like it's just similar, but it's similar enough that the big company, to protect its copyright, went and sued them. You also hear about some companies that are not so friendly, but they have to do it because otherwise they risk losing their copyright.
Right.
So he didn't do this for how long? He knew of the willful and vast infringement of his copyright and did nothing for how long?
For like years.
Yeah.
I mean, before the election. So, I mean, Pepe's arguably what
Pepe's
got
been around
like
for
the
how
younger
long?
generation to vote for Trump. And even before the election, I don't know how long Pepe's been around before that. Like Pepe was around before Gamergate, so
for a very long time. I still can't believe
2003 at least.
2003? No. That would be 14 years, man.
You know, there's a really easy way to find out, right?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I guess we can know your meme that and see how old Pepe is.
Though Know Your Meme does not understand traps, just a reminder.
Okay. Well, this says 2008, so it's not that, you know.
2008,
2005.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Wow.
Maybe it got into the database in 2008, but it says origin. In 2005, he created this comic. But in 2008 is when the meme started.
Wow, I didn't
That's
realize
what's
it was
going
that
on.
old. Jesus.
Shouldn't this one say "feels slow, man" on the right?
Probably.
Just feels and then nothing else. Oh God, this was the day the meme died.
Nah, Kyrgyzstan was the day the meme died.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This came first, didn't it?
Yeah, but no. Yeah, but who
2014,
really cares about Katy Perry anyway?
November of 20. Wow. Wait, isn't that a character from that Katawa Shooter game with the frog face put on them?
I don't think so.
Don't know.
I don't think that's from Katawa Shoujo.
I don't know. I haven't played
Only
that
because-
game, so.
Yeah, no, that's not from Katawa Shoujo.
No,
and I
there's
can
two.
tell
Yeah,
you
there's
that,
actual legs. That's how.
Yeah, there are limbs on that character.
On a side note, that sort of outfit is actually quite common in visual novels.
Oh well, there you
Yeah.
go. It wasn't just that. It was literally the level of art competence. But I don't know. So yes, Baked Alaska. I still don't know what he did with it, but apparently it was enough to. You know what? Does it say? No, this is just a motherboard article. Did he at least get served, or did he find out by motherboard article?
That's a good
Can you
question.
imagine? You're like, you wake up one day to hundreds of thousands of, or maybe even millions of notifications on Twitter or whatever, to an article on a crappy news site talking about how you're being sued.
I gotta find where Cerno's lawyers have mentioned it because I'm looking at this stuff now. Because Cerno's lawyers pretty much like, I mean, they were just vicious toward him. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. But I think Cernovich is again, I haven't seen the actual uses of these, but Cernovich has quite a explanation. Ah, here's the original lawyer from the letter. Wow. Okay. We're going to try restarting that sentence. Here's the original letter from the lawyer. Let's see. We understand that you have used Pepe the Frog in connection with your promotion of alt-right messages across various forms of media. Your use of Pepe the Frog in connection with your promotion of hate is unauthorized and unacceptable. Copyright is not something that you selectively enforce. If you selectively enforce it, you've kind of, lost. That's why the thing I just mentioned, where the big companies are suing small people all the time, even if they end up with a safe, no harm, no problem, out of court settlement.
Right. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't think he's really got ground here, especially considering, like you said before, he hasn't he hasn't done anything about use of Pepe in the past.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because I thought well, Baked Alaska probably fucked up pretty bad, but now that I actually think about it, with all these things, like if he could actually afford a lawyer, which I'm sure he could crowdfund for, he might actually be able to win.
Mm.
Video game attorney. I have not seen a single thing. I used to see stuff from video game, like related to video game attorney all the time, and then
Who's
I
video
didn't
game?
see it anymore. It just disappeared. Oh, he's a Reddit user who would always get asked questions by live streamers and YouTubers and stuff, and I used
Okay.
to see it mentioned all the time. Him mentioned all the time, and then Leonard French, the copyright attorney, started doing stuff that, or at least that I would see, and I stopped seeing anything related to video game attorney. I have no idea why.
Interesting.
Uh,
Do you follow Video Game Attorney?
what?
Do you
No,
follow Video Game
I don't
Attorney?
follow. I only started. I only started following Leonard French like a month ago. But I'm talking before I followed anybody. I used to
Gotcha.
see stuff mentioning this guy all the time, and then it's just dropped off to nothing. So either it's been happening outside of my eyes, or it's been happening a lot less. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a Reddit user, so
Yeah, I'm not either. I have an account now because I needed it for something, but I I have no idea. I don't. I don't use the Reddit. Hmm. So that's a piece of it. That's amazing, though. Pepe is a peaceful frog who represents togetherness and fun, not hate. It's like, well, you should have been giving all the people who you wanted to use it licenses then. But yeah, Cernovich, this is the only thing I know about Cernovich's usage of it, which is, let's see, quote, the lawsuit involves an image that originally appeared in an article on Breitbart. Transformative in nature, the article illustrated Pepe in a cemetery. I posted the image as a thumbnail to my article where I described the alt-right political movement and disavowed my involvement with it.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So he we know Cernovich gives no shits at all about the Pepe the Frog thing, like the meme. He pushes all his own stuff, the gorilla mindset and everything else. That's what he pushes. If he wants a meme, he wants it to be something that'll make him money. You know?
Yeah, so yeah, you push the gorilla.
It's funny. It's really funny though how idiots these days consider Mike Cernovich to still be alt-right. Like, are you serious?
Idiots consider a whole bunch of people who aren't alt-right to be considered alt-right, and they don't even know what the alt-right is. Like, was it last week? I heard somebody saying something about the alt-right wants to see us go into war with Iran and Syria to push some imperialist agenda. It's like that's pretty much the opposite of what the alt-right's for. Like, I mean, I'm not even alt-right, and I know that the alt-right has no interest in foreign wars anymore. Like, that's part of it. That's part of the agenda.
Why are they conflating? Why are they conflating neocons and leftists with the alt-right?
Because they're idiots and they're disingenuous at best, or they're just really stupid. I guess really stupid at best or disingenuous. Leftists don't know. They just kind of take everybody they don't like and lump them together into one big batch of evil. That's what they've always been.
Remember the basket of deplorables?
Pretty much since the thought of Herbert Marcuse became more prominent in left-wing politics.
All right, I'm not seeing where his lawyers said something, and I'm back a few days now. So,
So, I don't know what's going to come of this because again, it's a case of well, I realize now what the defense is, but will Baked Alaska actually deploy that defense? Whatever.
Considering that this thing's been a meme for over 10 years, I don't really think Furie has a case.
Well, also consider though, like I said about the troll face thing, where the guy only requires licensing for the usage of it in a commercial setting. And has Pepe ever been used in a commercial setting successfully?
Not
Without-
to my knowledge.
Yeah, so maybe it is still valid. But then again, he's going after them for a fair use situation with Cernovich. I'm not sure what the situation was with Baked Alaska. It could be have been fair use, or it might not have been. It might have been commercial, in which case this would be the right time to go after him. So
Yeah, I don't honestly know. So I don't really follow Baked Alaska enough to.
I tend to avoid just by default following anyone named after food.
Default to follow them?
No, did I say
Default not
what?
follow them.
Yeah.
Oh, not following. That's fair.
Yeah, why would you follow someone named after food? It's like either they don't think very highly of themselves because that's consumable, or they're into vor, one of the two.
Oh dear God.
I never really
What?
thought about it like that, but yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay,
so
was that
so
was
if
that a
I
little
change my
odd?
if I change my tag to Cheese Danish, you would stop following me.
I would strongly consider it.
Keep that in mind.
Freaking weirdo.
I remember a long time ago, back in the day, when Medicare first dropped his thing on Headmates, like his video on Headmates. So this was like years ago. I wanted to like go on their thing and troll them by saying that I was a vegan. I was a vegan plural system, but I recently acquired a Headmate that was a cheese Danish, and I didn't know what to do. But interesting sub story to that. So like the Tumblr that they were on was called Living Plural. As in they have multiple people living in them. So I went and checked it, and it no longer exists. So I went to
It
Facebook.
sounds like demonic possession to me.
Yeah.
It does.
So I went to
actually does.
Facebook and I did a search on Living Plural, right? Thinking, okay, well, and I found it, and it's like, okay, well, I can at least troll the Headmates here. And it's like, no, that was a whole Facebook group dedicated to polygamy. It's like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, that was
Did you join that group?
for a little bit, for a few laughs, and then I left.
Then you realize what it was. You were like,
Degeneracy.
this is less funny than I thought.
Oh no, it was still pretty funny. They were pretty good humored about it. But yeah, that was so I never got a chance to torment people pretending to have Headmates.
Degeneracy.
Oh dear. I wonder if anybody has Pepe as a headbait. Does that violate copyright?
Kikistanis, maybe.
Kekistanis, probably every Kekistani. Jesus Christ. What a
Okay,
lame
well, only if they take the Kekistan thing seriously, because the whole point is not to take it seriously.
And yet they take it really, really seriously. There's even a
They do
freaking
take it
Discord
really
server
seriously.
for it.
There's a what?
There's even a freaking Discord server for it.
Yes, I know. I have it for the emoticons. They renamed everyone who doesn't participate in it some stupid name, so I have a stupid name in there because I've never said a damn thing.
That's funny.
What the? Hold on. What do I call it in there? Let me check. I gotta find it. Where?
So we got CNN admits that Trump was wiretapped. About time.
Didn't they admit it by saying he wasn't though?
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been saying he wasn't since pretty much since the election started.
How the hell do you find your nickname in a server?
Let's see. So
Okay, I am HiveMind member number 85363583643.
is there that many people in the Kekistan group?
No,
Or
I
it's
have a
just-
feeling someone just shat on a keyboard.
Okay. That sounds like a Kekistan group.
Holy fuck, though. There's a lot of people in this group that are also the same way and never change their nickname. Which is interesting because it's letting me change my nickname, which you weren't supposed to be able to do unless you were a higher level. So they must have taken that out, proving that a lot of people don't give a flying shit and are just here to laugh at them or to use the emote icons. It's honestly mostly the emote icons. I gotta. Oh, that's offensive. Oh, that's also offensive. I have a lot of offensive emoticons from here.
Very nice.
Especially the Jewish one.
I was given a link here.
No, let me get things off my screen then.
Okay, so I posted the link to the Trump to the wiretap article. So like CNN's finally saying, okay, yeah, they were wiretapped. Like this stuff we already knew. All right, everybody knew Trump Tower was wiretapped.
Oh god, they have a header to the Russian investigation. Fuck off. Notice what it says though. It's very specific. It says exactly exclusive U.S. government wiretapped former Trump campaign chairman. Did they wiretap Trump? No, it doesn't say that. It also doesn't specifically say who. It says U.S. government because obviously they can't have it connected to Obama.
Yeah,
and they can't have it,
or to Clinton, or to any of the DNC. So
let's see what we have here. U.S. investigators. Okay, chairman. Yeah, he was. By the way, he was living in Trump Tower, so just by default, one of Trump's phones were tapped because he technically owns every phone in his tower, or at least every phone line in his tower. So I mean, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. Remember when he first said this and he put it in quote, like Trump put it in quotes, the wiretapped apparently, and yet everyone still took it literally and said, "We don't tap wires."
Yeah, it's like way to miss the point. It's like he did that a lot, where like he would say something and then they would be like, "That's not how it works." Like with the whole acid wash this hard drive thing, and they were talking about Hillary Clinton bleaching the hard drive. That's right, or was it? And
like with a towel.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh my God, Trump believes that she actually used bleach on the hard drive." It's like, so you're admitting that the hard drive got wiped.
Yeah. That fact check. That fact check was amazing. I don't know if I still have it. Where it said Hillary, it had the Trump quote saying Hillary Clinton had her hard drive bleached, and then it's like false. Hillary Clinton used a software called BleachBit. Oh my God! I think it was from CNN too. It was wonderful.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that. Oh man, that's during the debates. That was.
Yeah.
Oh, do I still have that? I think I saved it on my phone. I gotta check now while we're. I've also, by the way, I've been in the background scrolling Katawa Shoujo pictures, trying to see if I was right or not, and I can't
You're
tell.
not. Oh, you. I've played Katawa Shoujo to 100% completion. I can tell you.
Oh, I've played it to not at all.
It's actually really good.
I know, that's why I actually know what it is.
Yeah, like I would recommend it, and I don't recommend VNs. So.
When does this stuff end? That's my question. I mean, fine, you were surveilling an important employee, an important member of his, of his campaign, but it's still not a problem. It's still everything's fine, everyone. It wasn't Trump himself that was wiretapped. It was it was just some scumbag,
Let's see somebody in the chat saying something. Yo, Khan, who puts their computer in bleach? Donald's such a fibber.
Oh, good God.
Neil, you kind of roboted there a bit earlier.
Oh.
I heard you.
I guess it's just UFI.
Or maybe it's just me that hears you there.
Oh, actually, fun fact about Hangouts. Technically, the Hangout is being recorded by a dummy user of sorts. So, like a third party outside of us.
Really?
That it's getting streamed to. That's my understanding. Watching what happens. So you can have a situation where that pseudo user is lagged and is hearing everybody as robots, but no one else is hearing an issue.
That's interesting.
Only the stream would have the issue. That's also how sometimes if you're watching a stream that goes on and on for a while, all of a sudden it'll like die, and then the avatars will pop back in one at a time, and they'll act like they never saw anything happen. It's because it's reconnecting to everyone.
Ah.
Yes, there is a ghost in our hangout right now.
Yeah, that's my ghost.
Oh, I can't find this stupid fact check picture. I must have moved it to my computer or something. It was an amazing picture. Yeah, when does this hysteria end? When is it? When
it won't. They'll
when
continue.
Us, or?
They're going to continue it forever. They're for 4 to 8 years. I mean, they're gonna be pushing this. It's gonna be something new. I mean, the Russia narrative is obviously deader than dead, but they're gonna be pushing.
I have an idea.
What's
Both
that?
America and Russia can become allies and commiserate by nuking North Korea.
See, I like that idea.
Yeah. That'll work fine. There's nothing wrong with that idea.
Yeah, but now they're throwing a fit because Trump's actually telling Kim Jong Un, like, look, we're gonna blast you back into the Stone Age here if you don't get your shit together.
Well, even CNN is not using good pictures of Hillary Clinton anymore.
What are good pictures to use?
Look at that picture. Oh wow, there's actually more pixels here than were being used. That's impressive. Notice how it's not fuzzing.
That is a particularly bad picture of her.
Yeah, have they fallen out of has she fallen out of their favor because of all of her craziness?
She probably didn't include them in an ad in her book.
Well, she was selling
we paid you to dedicate a whole paragraph, and you only dedicated half a paragraph.
You gave more to Goldfish.
Oh man, that was really good.
Oh, it's sad because it's true.
Yeah. All right. So, I don't know. There's really a whole lot to say about this. I mean, we all pretty much knew that Trump was being wiretapped anyway, and we're glad to see that CNN has finally jumped on board and joined the rest of the world in admitting that this is the case.
You know what's what's happening though is that everyone who believed that Trump was wiretapped says, "See, this is proof he was wiretapped," and everyone who believes he wasn't and he's wrong and he's an idiot is like, "See, this is proof he wasn't."
I don't know how this is proof he wasn't.
Because it was the Trump campaign chairman who was tapped.
Ah, right.
It wasn't Trump. If Trump somehow got caught up in it, well, his information would have been removed because that's what we do when that happens. That's why there has to be this whole procedure to unmask people who aren't normally who aren't normally involved in the or in the intended collection. That's how all this works. Fucking hell.
Yeah, right now, I think they're really pushing on the whole North Korea thing, which I guess that there's legitimate case there since, Kim Jong-un is running his mouth and Trump's pretty much telling him to pound sand.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
I just picture the guy, like, flying around on a jetpack that's, like, only half working. Like,
that dude is such a little goblin. Like,
he is the Green Goblin at this point, only he's North Korean instead of green.
Yeah.
It's like he has gout instead of being green.
Let's see here. So, hey, Willie Ram.
Hello.
So Also, we want to talk about how terrible the EU is, because we got this nice little article here. And this will kind of lead into the next into a couple other stuff, but
this one?
yeah.
This one. This is. Why does she look like a villain?
I was wondering that too. Was that I don't know who that is. Is that the
look at her hair. It's she looks like she looks like a slightly younger Cruella DeVille.
Oh dear.
When does she start skinning all of the puppy? Actually, no.
That's kind of what this article's about.
Judging by the headline, she probably uses foreskin.
Oh.
That.
Damn it, Neil.
You know,
you know
right?
I know what this is. I know what this is. This is you trying to break me for all those times last year when we're like, hey, let's think of new and exciting ways to break Neil. Remember Bubba the Love Sponge?
What kind of a name is Love Sponge? You look like you are a soulless receptacle.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Someone's love.
So, European Parliament has been accused of trying to criminalize pro-life views after passing a report which describes reducing access to abortion as violence against women, because that's what they do.
Well, it does say views, then it says reducing access, which is technically an action, not just a thought. That said, how does it criminalize it? And also, isn't it kind of absurd to, like, you have a law, but you don't want anyone to change that law. So you make another law or regulation or rule or, anything else that says that changing that law is illegal.
Mm.
What?
Good grief.
Doesn't that
I don't
that
think
sound
this is going
absolutely
to go
absurd?
well for Poland.
Yeah, I was going to say that this might be the sort of thing that pushes Poland out.
Because remember, Poland has a large number of devout Catholics there. They're the overwhelming majority.
Yeah. Yeah, Poland's a very religious country.
I see. Yeah, that could have interesting results. We might have a Polexit? Polexit?
Polexit.
Poll exit? I hope so.
I personally like
is,
pull out.
Poll exit
pull out.
Poll out's much better. Poll exit is what happened when Poll went to 8chan for a while there.
See, all member states must also guarantee comprehensive sexual education, ready access for women to family planning, a full range of reproductive and sexual health services, including modern contraceptive methods that are safe and legal abortion. If they fail to do so, it is implied they could be complicit in forced pregnancy, which the report asserts is defined as a crime against humanity in Article 9 of the Rome Statute.
Yes, forced pregnancy, because they held you down and took a turkey baster to you.
The paper also calls on nations to combat sexism and stereotype gender roles, promoting gender-neutral languages to address the key role in media and advertising, because of course they do.
Oh, fuck. They what?
If you're not in favor of abortion, you're committing violence against women, guys.
You're going to love this, and this is going to come as a shock to absolutely no one. The two core reporters who produced the document were Anna Maria Corazza Bildt, a liberal Swedish MEP, pictured above, that's the Disney villain above, and Christine Revel, a socialist MEP of France. So Sweden and France.
Time.
Yeah, go figure.
Wow,
every fucking time it's going to be a leftist socialist atheist. Every fucking time.
In Sweden and France, like, you know, the two most cucked nations in Europe.
Two most cucked nations in Europe.
Is it just the combination of those things that causes the specific problem in this?
And then there's Germany, and well, the UK is probably on its way too.
Yeah, Germany and UK are done.
I know people in the UK. Huh.
Peter Hitchens was right. The UK is fucked.
Well, honestly, the whole planet's fucked at this rate. Well, maybe Antarctica. You know, Antarctica is good. Everybody, we need to move to Antarctica It's meritocratic because you'll die if you can't survive, and there's bountiful resources under all that ice, and
Poland's doing all right.
no one's there.
Let's see. Apparently, addressing this, there's this an independent MEP, Stephen Wolf, formerly of UKIP. UKIP's no longer a thing because Brexit happened. This could effectively make it a criminal offense for anyone who believes in reduction of abortion. He added there's a hidden and quite dangerous section of the paper pointing out that national governments cut money for services including abortion and sexual education could be against EU law.
Yeah, see, it's now illegal to change funding to things. It's now illegal to change a law because we said so.
Save our act of child murder, or you're a misogynist.
I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just going to say just
No,
from
that's what they're
basic.
saying. That's what they're flat out saying, and they're trying to deny it, but that's what they're saying.
I mean, just from the basic standpoint, just think about this: a law that says that you aren't able to change another law, or repeal a law, or whatever, or remove the ability to force something by law. A law says you can't unlaw a law. Doesn't that go against the very foundation of pretty much every government that has any form of election in it?
Pretty much.
All of these, anything with a constitution. Doesn't this just invalidate the government, basically, for that one issue? Isn't that unconstitutional in every constitution that there's ever been?
Yeah, well, we can't change the Bill of Rights here in theory. I mean, I say in theory because most of the Bill of Rights has pretty much been wrecked in some way.
You can't change the Bill of Rights in that it's a specific number of the amendments in order. So, I mean,
well, you can add amendments, but you can't really repeal them unless it's to restore freedoms. Because some amendments were added to the Constitution in order to take away freedoms with regards to alcohol, but those amendments were repealed because that's not the point of the Constitution. God damn it, leftists.
Are you sure that was leftists?
Yeah, that was.
It was the Democrats.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it was the Democrats.
It was the leftists. It was a feminist push agenda, actually.
Yes.
You know what? That does sound familiar. I never actually looked that up, so I always presumed it was probably based on some religious bent.
Yeah, God forbid men actually enjoy alcohol, No, well, right. I would say no. That's the a religious thing wouldn't be the case, but some of your more puritanical Protestants would push something like that.
Was the blood of Christ illegal during this?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a wine. Was wine affected by this?
I mean, I would almost.
Yeah, but by that point, most Protestant churches probably used grape juice.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for Catholic churches. I don't know, honestly.
That's from what I gather, the law didn't really so much prohibit the ownership of alcohol so much as the sale of it.
Right.
But
man, I imagine a lot of people converted Catholicism to try to get drunk.
Well, there's the Irish Catholics.
Well, yeah.
I get what you're saying, Woolly Ram, but I don't know if we're going by what they call themselves. Honestly, we're not going by what they actually do. If you went by what they did, we'd have very different names.
The guy are Moloch worshippers. He's not wrong.
We'd have
not
very
entirely wrong, but a lot of atheists. Well, a lot of these leftist socialist types do call themselves atheists, and socialist and communist thought are ultimately rooted in atheism. So,
I do like calling them Moloch worshippers, if for no other reason than because I know it would just put their panties in a grind.
Piss them off, yeah.
Yeah, I support that initiative.
I've been trying to find this stupid fact check this whole time, but I can't find it. I'm annoyed. Hell. What even... the labels for everything have gotten so confusing. Think about it. Look at the whole Nazi, fascist, everything. We know what a fascist originally was. It was proponents of a form of government where the state
controls the market.
they control the market. They don't own the businesses, but they tell the businesses what they have to do. And it was supposed to be an improved
So
version.
basically, it's like National Socialism.
That's what it was an improved version of. It was supposed to deal with the issues with socialism by allowing for the private ownership of things, but you still of businesses and things, but you didn't. It's weird because you didn't actually own it because you were told what to do with it. And do you really own something if you're not allowed to determine how you use it?
Yep.
It's an interesting argument, but that's what it was designed to be. And it's kind of interesting, all those Mussolini quotes that they like to use to say how he was anti-socialism, where if you actually look through everything he said, he wasn't anti-socialism and that he completely hated the whole idea. He was anti-socialism and that he didn't think it was enough. He didn't think it was put together properly, and he came up with fascism as the correction to socialism.
In other words, it's an offshoot ideology.
Yeah, and yet there are things that I can understand when people call it right wing, and also I would have trouble calling it left wing. So I don't know where the hell it goes.
It's
So
kind of in the middle.
And
It's
horseshoe
kind of
theory, from what I can tell, tends to be actual bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the horseshoe theory is bullshit.
A way to explain away the fact that you're ignoring entire axes of
Golden Arches theory.
things
Centrists are just as extreme as the extremists.
Extreme centrists are really ridiculous. Like the ones who are centrist to be in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Like a person who is actually in the center will be a little bit to the right on one issue, a little bit to the left on the other issue. A person who tries to be a centrist, like explicitly tries, they will take the point in the middle just because it's in the middle.
True.
It's hard to believe that anyone can function like that, but they do somehow.
That's the whole skeptic community, pretty much.
Indeed.
Yeah, actually, they
or as I like to call them, the septic community.
Community.
What I
like
think
that.
is kind of funny is all the people who are in the skeptic community who said that they're not a community and said the septic community joke and everything, while at the same time being in that community.
Mm.
They were still a clique with mutual financial interests. It's just
Yeah.
But
Oh, and then the people
they wanted to try and cover it up, and it didn't work out very well.
Even funnier are the people who say they're outside of that, and you go through all their stuff and they're only bitching about it, and then you figure out that they're actually just they want to control it and they want it to be the way they want it to be. But
In other words,
they still want the community. But it's like, I'm not in the community. It's like, no, but you're trying to just make it be the way you want it to be. Oh, it's funny how much of this shit happens. What's another one? Liberal is another one that you can't really use effectively anymore. Because who do you?
Because it's been co-opted by socialists.
Well, liberal's kind of messy too, because like on one hand I want to say yeah, it's been co-opted by socialists, but I think more and more like with progressive they've kind of rejected the liberal label, I guess, because
they have of late, yes.
It seems to apply more to like libertarians, I guess. So because I remember like when I was younger, like liberal meant leftist, and now it kind of means more center left or centrist even. And keep in mind, I'm speaking specifically American terms here. I know in Europe, like things get even more convoluted with that. So
Hayek made the observation that liberal took on an entirely different meaning in America than it did in the rest of the world.
Yeah, I do know that.
Why did that happen? Like here, I guess the closest thing to a liberal you would have
socialism happened.
Different libertarians.
That's what happened. Socialist co-opters happened. That's why the term liberal came to be associated with the left back then.
Like for
because in Europe,
continues to be associated with the left.
For my entire life, or at least for the entire time I've had any understanding of anything remotely political, I have understood that a liberal is a leftist, not a person who believes in individual freedom, but a person who believes in pushing their. Oh, we just lost Archangel there.
In peddling socialism.
Well, actually, back then it felt more like it was a team thing where they just wanted their team to win and they didn't care why or how. The political parties. It was quite aggravating, and that was back when the Democrats actually had full play in that. And of course, my little hack to put an Archangel's avatar on has failed now that he's
No, I'm back. I
left
actually
and come
dropped
back.
and came back.
Yeah, I know.
I missed the best part of what you were saying, which I feel bad about.
Welcome back,
You don't have to
Anarch.
repeat it. I'll listen.
I was just saying that my past experience just is so it just hold on, pop this out. It just to me the liberals always were the leftists, and it was always about team stuff. It was always like the Democrats were very strong with that stuff at the time. So it was always like a team Democrat, go. It doesn't matter if this fits our claimed morals or ethics. It doesn't matter what the actual reality is. It doesn't matter if we've done far worse than the person we're attacking for something. Who cares? Because our team is winning. That's what it always felt like to me. It wasn't until like the past 5 years, I think, that I've gotten an understanding of all the other factors going on, which I guess is also when the Democrat Party completely lost control of it. Or I shouldn't say control. I should say the ability to really harness it. The last 5 years has just been falling apart for them. All these labels are really weird, though. Like, here's another one. This one's fun. It's not even so much a label, it's just a way of thought. You know the whole Democrats claiming that the Republicans and Democrats traded places, changed sides?
Yeah, but they can never say exactly when that happened. It just sort of did.
And you can only find one politician ever who ever, switched in that reason. But it's like, all it is a basic extrapolation of their views. It follows completely. There's no switch. It makes perfect sense. Republicans believed in individual freedoms at the time, at least. I guess the neocons don't now, but they believed in individual freedoms. They believed in that everyone was created equal at that basic level. They were equal under the law. They were supposed to be.
They pushed for like the negative liberties,
especially the radical Republicans.
Yeah.
And like the normal Republicans less so. The radical Republicans go, holy shit. So when it comes to the point where we have black people being given handouts and things, or being given like affirmative action and stuff like that, they're against it because that's again a different treatment. It's instead of treating them badly, you're treating them like they can't do better. So you just have the same effect in the long run. And then you look at the Democrat side of it, and you can pull up quotes from people talking about how they're gonna keep the black man down by keeping them dependent. And that whole thing. Yeah. But then you have a generation pass or two. You have some time pass, and what happens? Well, you have a bunch of Democrats now, and a bunch of leftist type liberals. I guess it's a capital L liberal. A bunch of these people who believe that you have to help, for example, black people or another minority group. You must help them, and it's racist not to. So they're perpetuating something which was originally done for a racist reason because they're claiming that if they don't, it's racist. And they seriously believe that.
Of course they do, which that in itself is pretty racist and scummy.
It's like, when did that, how did that switch happen? How did that happen?
It just, it's kind of evolved over time, is really what it comes down to.
I know that major changes in thinking happen with generations, but, I mean, for fuck's sake.
Well, it's kind of, they started swallowing their own propaganda, is what it came down to. I mean, they pushed that propaganda to, demonize the Republicans, and they start believing that.
Well, yeah, you want young people in your party, obviously.
Yeah. And then, they brainwash them in the universities, which, I mean, we talk about universities here all the time.
It's odd. Also, I fixed avatar on my screen now. Um, like all these labels are so difficult to use, and yet they work so well for the current situation. What happens 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when if we look back on what we've said and use these terms, what's it going to be?
Well, they'll. Oh, I don't know. I was to say they'll keep coming up with new terms and stuff to try to muddle things up. That's how leftists roll.
It's so weird how in the United States we've gotten to the point where the liberal point of view is that generally, unless you're the anarchos, is that you need a strong and powerful state to make sure that no one does anything bad.
Mm.
It's like the liberal
Liberal
liberal point of view is that you need a large state to keep people from doing bad things. What the fuck happened? Seriously.
Frankfurt School.
Yeah, socialism. So let's see. We got related articles here. Oh boy.
Trying to pick what to go to next after I've rambled on about things.
Yeah, it's
The truth is,
I'm
I had a
checking
point,
it out.
but I forgot what it was like 10 minutes ago.
That's all good. Ran it out. So the next topic I have concerns are the wonderful memer Jew Goldstein.
Oh, the guy who made Eichenwald have a seizure, supposedly.
Yes,
Allegedly.
allegedly made Kurt Eichenwald have a
Oh,
seizure.
dude,
Yeah,
I better scroll down this.
yeah. John Ravello. He's apparently facing 99 years in prison for aggravated tweeting, and the Texas prosecutors offering a plea bargain for 5. Court is supposed to be on what is it? 8/11. So
A plea for 5. That's an odd lack of confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet.
Then again, it could be a bluff.
Yeah, it's like 99 years for a tweet, man.
That's astounding.
And the charge is aggravated assault, apparently, is what they're pushing it for.
Okay, here's the problem. Why has he not pushed it? I have to wonder how he hasn't pushed this, or maybe he is. Eichenwald had previously pointed out on his Twitter not only that he had the epilepsy, and it was photosensitive, but that he had animated GIFs disabled.
Yeah.
He is a lying sack of shit or an idiot who can't keep his browser settings straight, one of the two. And seeing as this is I think he said he had add-ons or something to stop it. His Twitter account was configured to not animate, and yet he claims to have had a seizure. And I swear, this is his wife. Oh, I'm calling the police. He's had a seizure. Thing reads like a woke 8-year-old.
Yeah, it does. And Murray, because he's asking what was the tweet. This was a good few months back. Kurt Eichenwald had posted something. Kurt Eichenwald's like a journalist, and somebody under the hand of Jew Goldstein replied with this flashing tweet that said, "You deserve a seizure for this post."
He replied a lot to many, many, many posts and messages with that post.
That's probably why they're getting him for aggravated assault.
Yeah, but, he specifically tried to show it to the guy. It was not an incidental single tweet. It was like 20 to 50, something like that.
But yeah, after this tweet was sent, apparently he supposedly went into an epileptic fit, and his wife went on Twitter and said, he got a seizure. We're calling the police, and nobody really thought anything of it until Jew Goldstein actually got arrested. So.
Oh, I knew he was fucked as soon as that happened. I mean, look at what's happening nowadays.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't expect anything would come of it. I was really surprised.
No, actually, I didn't verify. Actually, I didn't verify this was safe to look at, but honestly, it's a court record, public. So.
Mm.
Oh wow, what address?
So yeah, don't send any flashing gifs at Kurt Eichenwald. As a general rule.
Would this make him have a seizure?
Possibly.
I don't know. Maybe. Ooh, I save that. apparently they've
Oh, this is that K thread.
what did someone just link the K thread?
Isn't that what you're showing on screen? Or are you... Oh, wait, you're showing a
No,
different...
this is a K thread. This is a GGR thread.
I'm sorry, my brain kind of just...
It's
No,
okay. I know what
I'm
you're
not
talking
showing
about.
that thread. Holy
That thread
shit!
is funny. That thread is funny.
I don't know. More than just the OP could have died.
There's that.
Maybe half
Oh,
died.
dear.
I don't know.
Well, now you should probably explain what you're talking about.
I'm
Yeah, because
sorry,
we're
guys.
not going to show that. On K, someone decided they were going to test their gas mask. So what?
And they
What?
got
They mean
themselves and their
What does? Hold on.
start melting.
What? Oh, well, now you've given it away. I was going to ask the chat what our latency is. What do they think this person did to test their gas mask?
Some of the scenes of Pokemon.
So,
Yeah, I remember that scene. The polygon
basically,
scene.
Anyway, here's to hoping for the best for Drew Goldstein.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just going to ramble
This
on.
case just needs to get thrown out of court, because this is retarded.
It is.
No,
They're gonna bust
no,
the guy. Like he's gonna
honestly,
do no time for this.
The thing is, he sent it multiple times, over and over and over and over again.
That's probably why they went
20 to
after
50
him.
times.
Because,
and having done that, yeah, he's opened himself up to that.
Yeah, it wasn't just one time. Like he was actively, maliciously trying to instigate a seizure into Eichenwald.
Okay, so
Isn't it possible that Eichenwald was lying the entire time?
Oh yeah, well Eichenwald's full of shit.
I'm sure he was full. I'm sure he was lying because, unless he sat there zoning out the whole entire time until his wife came up and closed the gift. Like, I don't even know what kind of seizure it was. It could have been an absent one. It could have been a, you know, have you ever seen the original Andromeda strain, where the one person looking for what stops the virus has the absentee seizure from the blinking red light that's like success. It just eventually skips it and doesn't. And then when they go through their count of experiments, they realize they're one short and they're kind of confused. Anyway, K guy.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he like make some mustard gas and
chlorine
gas. Oh.
Also, I didn't know this. Do not mix chlorine, bleach, and cooking oil. Apparently, that can do it too. But the one most people think of, the ammonia one, actually creates. It doesn't create the gas; it creates a vapor, which is a little different. But yeah, he mixed vinegar and chlorine bleach in a quantity similar to what the beverage I'm drinking right now. And yeah, he was live. What do they call it when you live post on just post? He was live posting about it. His skin started to fall off.
It was like, should I go to the hospital, guys?
It turned red and just fell off on his. It was either his arm or leg. I'm not sure.
I think it was his arm.
Yeah, but parts of it looked like a knee. Then again, considering it was falling off, it's who fucking knows.
K is a special place.
There is it's considering the quantity produced of the substance. It is, if he's in an apartment, it is possible that everyone in that apartment building is dead.
That would be terrifying.
That would.
The quantity produced was so significant that not only is he probably dead from,
why would you do this?
But he's probably killed several other people.
Because he wanted to test the gas mask, Murray. It was important to him.
Wooly Ram says Darwin Award finalist.
He's not wrong. That's the commandos for you.
I just
K is a special place.
Wow, Twitter! Holy sweet Jesus! I am glad that was not on the stream.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Is string of numbers still your phone number? Fuck you, Twitter! Holy shit! Oh my god! Hold on, I'm gonna edit
happened?
the HTML so that it's not my phone number.
What, did Twitter just ask you what your phone number was?
Twitter just no, it didn't ask me what my phone number was. It
Just
showed
click your
me
phone
my
number
phone number and asked me if that was still my phone number.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I have replaced the number with a random number. Well, not random, but
We're not
look at this
doxing
shit. Look at this shit. What the fuck is this?
That's Twitter just trying to invade your privacy and whatnot.
This is what
Yeah,
actually happened with my real phone number.
I'd be kind of pissed.
Holy shit! I had to put my work SIP phone or something in there instead. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's a good thing you weren't you weren't
Holy
showing me
shit!
Twitter on the live stream when they did that.
Yeah, fucking hell.
That
Fuckers.
could have been really bad.
Oh my god, why the fuck can they do that?
Oh, because Twitter sucks.
Holy shit.
So the next topic I want to discuss is Catalonia. And so there's a gentleman. I did actually manage to ask him some questions about it and wanted to get his take. Because Catalonia, apparently in October 1st, I think they're going to vote for a referendum to become independent from Spain.
I don't know what the Spanish Constitution allows in that respect.
It doesn't. National sovereignty belongs to the Spanish people from whom all state powers emanate. It's against the Constitution, therefore illegal, and the Spanish government has told them this as soon as they started planning it in 2015.
Don't forget that I'm losing the words now. This is not good. In Weimar Germany, the socialists, not the socialists, the communists were literally taking cities and separating from Germany.
Really?
So, yeah, that's one of the reasons why the socialists who were fighting them, the Nazis, were able to get so much public on their side.
Ah, interesting.
Okay, I've almost got it.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inca Constitution. That's for Murray. So, now initially when I heard this, I was kind of like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm always pretty happy when things balkanize. So it's like, okay, good. Catalonia wants to be its own country, let them. But I was talking with this gentleman about it, and he said, so they're actually going along with it. Apparently, most of the people involved with the Catalonia thing are socialist, atheists, European Union types. So,
wait.
No shock there.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Huh?
No shock there.
The Catalans. Yeah, apparently the people in charge of trying to push Catalonia to be separate from Spain, they're very pro-EU.
Is their plan to separate from Spain and join the EU?
Well, Spain's already part of the EU, but I have a feeling they're concerned that Spain's going to pull out and they want to stay in. I think it's more the case.
That's just fucking weird.
Yeah, so apparently some of the MPs have been arrested and some of the regional government offices have been seized.
This reminds me of Scottish independence. Was it Scottish?
Yeah.
I think it was
the Scottish referendum. Yeah, but so they got a fleet.
We want to be independent so that we can join a union.
It's like whatever. And I kind of hope that the Scots do try that again. But yeah, they have a fleet of ships encircling the harbors of Barcelona and Tarragona. Apparently, Italy is on board with Spain 100% and has actually sent ships from its navy to assist. The EU Parliament, they're flipping out. They're requesting that the Spain be expelled from the EU, which could only be a good thing.
Wait, what? Why is a super union group that wants to form a massive super state to see, but then the fuck?
I can explain that. Spain's kind of a drain on the EU's resources. Spain's a poor country, so they take more than they give generally out of it. And furthermore, I think they're looking at this as like, if we threaten to expel Spain from the EU, they'll see that as punishment and they'll back off. That's what they're doing. Same thing they're doing with Poland.
Is Catalonia wealthy, making money?
Probably not. I don't honestly know though.
But then why would the fuck?
But then it's also worth noting that Spain's military apparatus is in the south and northwest, far away from Catalonia, so they have nothing to seize. So yeah, the Catalans don't really have anything they can even do to fight back.
Every time you say that, I think you're saying cattle aliens, and I just picture some sort of like cow gray crossbreed.
Oh no, the Catalans. That's what they're called. People from Catalonia.
Cattlelands. Well, now I'm picturing farmland.
Yeah, it's If you ever read The Count of Monte Cristo, the main character was a Catalan.
Oh. Noted.
Also, Catalonian provincial paramilitary lacks the proper apparatus and willpower and arms to outlast an attack from Spanish military and Gendarmerie and naval units. So they'll need strong allies to back them up, and that's just not going to happen because, and he actually goes on like, who would that be? France, they have their own problems, no chance. Italy, they're 100% on Spain's side. UK is not going to do it because it would definitely fuel Scottish separatism to greater heights. And then Germany lacks the manpower and capacity to keep up a sustained war effort. And they're so far away and they have a much smaller navy. And any other country is either too weak, too far away, or something different. So, yeah, that's what's going on with Catalonia. See, apparently, according to Wooly Ram, Catalonia is the wealthiest part of Spain, and Korg says Catalonia is wealthy, however, they're the most socialist fucks there are.
Well, there you go. Why are the
only Russia can help them? Yeah. And then Korg also says Spain is not going to pull out of the EU, they're too cucked. Scotland 2.0.
So what why is it always these wealthy areas that are socialist or communist? Is it because they think that that everyone is that wealthy, except for the poor people, which they're being held down by the people who are more wealthy than they are somehow, even though they're in the wealthiest part of the country? Are they retarded?
I don't know. I guess
money from the rich, but
I don't know what it is about when countries get more wealthy, they become more socialist. That makes no sense to me.
You're the rich ones, guys. You're the rich ones.
Yeah.
Oh, the 1%. Hello.
You're the 1%.
You're like the 0.01%. What are you doing? I found the K thread.
No.
I'm not going to show it directly because of stuff that's on it, but I will drag and drop it into my display window. Some pictures. Or some. Actually, maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can do it. I just have to double check everything before I scroll. So, yeah. This is an idiot.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Right. It's not even a very good-looking gas.
William says not to conflate European socialism with American socialism. I don't know. It's all kind of trash to me.
I'm not thinking about the European socialist model of all of the services that they supply, if that's what you mean. Are you? But I have to wonder why, in any socialist system of any sort, it involves the redistribution of wealth, inevitably through the government. So yeah. It doesn't matter what kind of socialistic system you're under, American or European ideal of it, you still have to transfer wealth from the wealthy to the poor in some way through services or something. And like, why would the richest people be in favor of that? Especially when you consider the bureaucratic waste and everything. If that rich person just went out and just paid for people's stuff themselves, it would actually be a lot more efficient. It never makes much sense. Is it some sort of like guilt because they're rich? I don't get it.
And that's the only thing I can really think of. I mean, oh, he says he means the attitude and mentality, not the system. Honestly, I think
How is there a different mentality than I want money to be taken from
with
rich people and given to
European
poor people?
socialism, I think it's about control. With Europeans, they love their control of people. Like that was one of like I remember I kind of infamously said that libertarianism is the thing that I've accepted will never work in Europe because Europeans just like to have their rulers.
Which is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, it's like, and I mean that legitimately. Like
All
anybody
Malachian
that
philosophy gone. Completely thrown out the window.
like pretty much anybody from Europe that was like, no, we don't want to deal with the leaders anymore. They all, jumped ship and came to America. So
Pretty much.
like, yeah, all the bravest and boldest, they moved on to finer pastures. And what we have now are the descendants of the people that decided that, having the state in charge was a good thing. So yeah, like Europe likes its leaders. Like that's
it should go back. It should go back to the classical monarchy with the divine right of kings, where the church balances out the power of the state. But unfortunately, that's not the way things are these days.
Oh yeah, that's not the way things have been for a long time since the French Revolution. Secularism kind of took hold of Europe, and
yep, the Enlightenment was a mistake.
Speaking of idiots.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh, the picture. That's our friendly commando making the gas to test those gas.
Oh God, poor commando. Oh, and hey, Anarchangel, be sure to check what I linked in the chat for the hangout.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Okay.
Because both of those will be very worthwhile.
Yeah, we'll get to this one next. Actually, here.
Holy fuck! It hurts. Might have to go to the hospital.
He should have gone to the hospital.
Oh, he is super dead.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, here. Let's just cut right to the fun part.
Oh
Goodbye,
God.
Kay.
Oh God.
That was his last post, I think. I can't find like a poster, like a tag or anything, or a poster thing. I'm not a Chan person.
He never
posted afterward. At least try to get out of the house instead of shit posting it. Yes, chamber.
Good grief.
I don't see anything that identifies the poster in a way I can follow within the thread, which is kind of annoying, unless I'm just incompetent. Let's see, post number, anonymous, time. I don't see a way to follow this particular poster, though. So,
hey, did you see that picture of a skull a little bit below?
Skull?
Scroll down a little bit. You'll see it.
Oh, I found the other picture of the skin falling off. Actually, I'll go to that one real quick. This was the first stage. Yeah, that is a hand.
Yeah, that does not look pleasant.
Oh wow, look at that.
That's what I was talking about.
So yeah, no more posts after that. It's over.
Yep. Press F to pay respects.
So yeah, don't do that.
Never do that.
Don't fucking do that.
Don't gas yourself no matter how much Polacks tell you to do that. Please don't.
Mix random chemicals either. Like, this guy knew what he was doing, but you know how many people do this by accident because of the ammonia bleach situation? Which isn't even the same thing.
Lord.
Ammonia bleach is chlorine vapor. And this, vinegar and bleach is chlorine gas. It's actually
Does that melt your skin?
It melts your lungs.
Oh, shit.
Assuming the gas mask worked.
At the concentration that he was producing by that sheer volume of that receptacle.
Holy shit.
Good God. I'm sorry for bringing this up.
That is to say,
I didn't realize it was that bad. I only saw the beginning of the thread.
Oh wow, you didn't?
Yeah, it's worse than you think, man.
There's no way he's still alive. He can't possibly be. Either for him to still be alive, he would have had to have faked this with makeup and he even got the color change right. So yeah.
Jesus.
Would he still be alive if he had worn a hazmat suit instead?
I don't know if this eats through that or not. Probably. But he would probably kill everyone around him. What was he planning to do? Just pour it down the drain?
He had...
Wow, we've lost him again. Huzzah!
Hang in there, he'll be back.
It's just a bit annoying because I have my fix for his avatar because he's too fucking lazy to put it on. But it doesn't stay when he drops. Anyway, yeah, that happened, everyone. So just remember that when you think that you have... All
right, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back. Do you still see the links in the...
Yes, I do.
Okay, so good. You still see all the links.
Yeah. Go ahead and open this one. This is one of the links FI sent. So this is a...
Just a sec. I am fixing your lack of an avatar, you horrible person.
I am the worst kind of person. I'm the worst sort of human being.
Hang in there, friend.
You got all right. This is one FI sent, so I'm not too familiar with what's going on here. Something about Title IX.
So Title IX was originally meant to... what was it exactly? I'm trying to think. It was about, I think, gender discrimination.
Yeah, and it pretty much stripped college students and faculty members of due process.
Actually, that was the Dear Colleague letter application to it. The Dear Colleague letter approach to Title IX was what fucked up Title IX.
Oh, I know that. I'm just not remembering what Title IX was originally. But yes, it was the Dear Colleague letter that fucked it up beyond all possibility. And they say, this article says that it's been rescinded. It doesn't matter, though, because a later law, which I can't remember exactly which one, but a later law actually converted all the contents of the Dear Colleague letter into a law. So if this has happened, it's still all completely and 100% active. It's now actually legal backing.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Honestly, now that I think, I don't know if that passed, but honestly, it probably did. I was hearing about it because the point was being made that if it's a law, it actually can be challenged, where this couldn't be challenged because it's not a law, it's just a letter. Suggesting how things be done. So I heard some people who were like, it would be good if it became a law because then we could actually, fight against it legally. Right. But then I haven't heard anything since, so I don't know if it became a law or if it didn't, but I'm pretty sure it would have, thinking about what it is. And yeah, well, at least the letter's done. I hope there's no law.
Let's read through the article.
Yeah.
Let's see. 16 years since the Dear Colleague letter was published, fires led to fight the erosion due process.
Your reading voice is absolutely atrocious.
Really? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not that you're mumbling, it's that you have absolutely no enthusiasm whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I am just reading some words.
I'm just reading some words. I'm trying to gather up the key points, Especially, I didn't get a chance to read this article ahead of time. If I just kind of threw it at me, so.
So it's.
I thought it'd be good to take a look at it, though.
Oh no, I'm not accusing you or anything. I'm just saying, I didn't really get a chance to read it before throwing it up here.
I was right. The 1972 law that prohibits sex discrimination in federally funded educational programs. Now, I can see where the original could be misused, like, I don't know, shutting down sports teams because there's not a female sports team, but there's a male one. I've heard of that happening, and that might have not even had to do with Title IX. That was just this law being misused. So it's not a good law to begin with when you consider how it gets used. It would need some sort of more reasonable stuff on it. But if this is rescinded, then it's basically the guidance on how to apply it. This is the thing that causes the Title IX panels. This is the thing that causes the inquisitions of people who have done nothing wrong and are just accused. This letter. So we can hope. The wall's always the wall's going to be a pain in the ass to fund. You know what he should do? He should just hire Mexican day laborers to build it. They do it
Pay
too.
them under the table. Oh yeah, I know they would. That's hilarious. It's just like it would be a lot cheaper. It would be a lot cheaper, you know.
What possible argument could people have against that?
Hiring illegal day laborers to build the wall to keep the illegals out.
Like, seriously, what argument could anyone have against that? I don't.
I mean, yeah, it's that they work cheap. You know, it would. I mean, it would definitely prevent the funding issues.
Because I mean, if you are for illegal immigration, well, these are people because there's jobs people won't do. Well, and if you're against it, well, they're building a wall.
Yeah. I mean, it's a win for both sides. And then we have two FIs in here.
Hey, we have a double cat. Oh, triple cat, I guess.
Triple cat, yeah.
Although the stream's smart enough to only show one.
William says it would be amusing if in a few months the media and the left wake up to the wall funded and appropriated under the table.
Tragically, all the links disappeared from the group chat on my end because I accidentally closed the tab.
The reason that Anarch Angel still has all his links is because he has two computers in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know. I'm not sure. It's weird because there's so much information about this in general, even just random little tidbits I know, but I'm not sure what people don't know. About. Honestly, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's just case after case after case after case of men getting screwed over. There was even the one case where the woman never reported anything.
Yeah, somebody else reported it on her behalf
or something, and someone else reported it when she said nothing happened. And despite her constant input that there was no problem, everything was consensual, the guy still got in all this trouble. Did he get expelled?
Yeah, I remember us discussing that.
Yeah, like that's the level of bullshit that happens under this letter. And I mean, sure, you can rescind the letter, but all the letter does is tell them how to do it. There's now all this stuff built up around it, the possibility of it being codified into law, all these organizations, all these feminist organizations that push the agenda, and all this is a guidance letter. Basically, if you don't follow this stuff, we will fuck you over. It doesn't mean they have to stop doing it.
Right.
It just means they don't have to do it. But why would you stop doing something which you were, which just was the easy way out in the long run anyway? Zero tolerance against the possibility of something happening. I don't know. I mean, it's good that it's rescinded, I have to say. I hope that there would be waves that come from this that actually fix the issue, but I'm not as confident as the people who wrote this article clearly. And again, I am I almost said feminist by accident. A massive pessimist. You know.
So, all right, the next thing I want to bring up, I don't actually have an article for this because I only found out about this earlier today. The hope not hate thing with the doxing. Do you know what happened with that?
You're going to have to tell me.
Okay, so there's this group called Hope Not Hate, which is like this Antifa group. and they got a whole bunch of people's personal information and like the alt-right and like posted them publicly. This is where it gets really absurd. So it turns out the guy that got all this information, he was an agent that managed to sneak into the inner echelons of the alt-right, because apparently he was this gay guy and he hooked up with a bunch of the other gay guys in the alt-right, and so they just gave him privy access to all this information.
So wait a second. Wait a second. They took a gay guy, one of those minority groups that's so hated by.
Oh, the alt-right loves their gay guys.
Oh, I know they do. That's how this person got this much power, or this much access to everything, is because he's gay. It's like being gay was the here's the keys to everything card. Yeah. Because they don't want to be called homophobic or whatever.
I don't think they care about that. I think it's that they're legitimately queer.
Think about the image of like you're constantly called homophobic or an anti-gay, and you racist, sexist, anti-gay. That's literally the slogan that they use against them. Yeah, and you literally have a bunch of flaming, for lack of a better word, faggots in your ranks.
Well, yeah, it was like Richard Spencer said, like homosexuality is like the last stand of like implicit white identity or some shit like that.
Good God. The decadent parts of Western culture, really?
Yeah.
The late end of Greece and the late end of Rome?
It's like...
Didn't the Greek philosophers criticize that aspect quite heavily?
Probably.
Oh, look, someone knows how to use HTML.
But it's like that's one of my big things with the alt-right is, they talk about how, we need to save the white race, we need to repopulate the white race, but they're all gay. It's like, I don't know how you expect to do that, but okay.
Lots of butt-loving and artificial wombs.
Apparently.
Look at this, they made a...
Good grief.
Someone got a template. Isn't it so pretty? Look, they have a nice template. They might have paid a web designer.
Is it Kessler up there? Scroll up a little bit real quick. A little more. No, it's C-Band. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say one of the alt-right leaders, Kessler. He was one of the guys in charge of the Charlottesville thing. He actually blocked me because I
wonder if this is the picture that was mentioned.
They did not put a copyright for Matt Furie on there. They're going to get sued.
Admittedly, even if you put the copyright on there, you'll get sued. Probably faster, actually.
Willie Ram says, instead philosophers got executed or exiled.
Look, they've got...
Of course they keep doing that to the best. Of course they keep doing that to the best they've got. Good grief. And they wonder why their civilizations collapse.
Yeah, like I'm sympathetic to a lot of like alt-right causes, but ultimately the alt-right's just too backwards for me.
They've either bought a template.
I mean, it's like the fact that they were able to get infiltrated because one of their gay lovers came in and got all their info. Who's like a Swedish Antifa guy. Like, how did you miss this?
How is Paul Joseph Watson? I get they say alt-light, but how is he like the first on the alt-light list, where Richard Spencer is the first on the alt-right list? Paul Joseph Watson. I'm not very good at accents, but
they don't even get that Paul Joseph Watson and the others don't really get along with the alt-right very well.
Well, at least I
think in this they're trying to explain that they do, but
like they've actually said alt-light. They've actually specified. Although honestly, I think that they're the new.
It's spelled alt L-I-T-E, not L-I-G-H-T. These fuckers don't even get the meme right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, leftists can't meme. We all knew this.
Of course.
Yeah, McKinnis.
Apparently, Andrew Anglin is alt-right.
Oh yeah.
Remember when the alt-right started and Stormfront and all of the white supremacists, everyone absolutely fucking hated it?
Yeah.
Actually, the alt-right was never... Initially, it was never really one alt-right. It was more several alt-rights.
Oh yeah, of course. But there was this universal hatred from the Stormfront and what was the other? What's the other site? Uh,
Daily Stormer.
Daily Storm. Yeah, Stormfront, Daily Storm. This massive hate for the alt right because it was basically stealing their thunder, and it wasn't racist or anything. It wasn't their
Well, a lot of
thing.
them co-opted it. That's what happened.
So then they jump in there, and well, they didn't even do it directly. Yeah, let me get this. They didn't even do it.
Stefan Molyneux, really?
Like they did it entirely based on the media. The media is what pushed them in that direction. The media said the alt-right was racist Nazi KKK, and then a bunch of racist Nazi KKK people joined, shifts it in that direction, and then
the KKK is a bit too progressive for much alt-right.
You know, actually, now that I think about it, I haven't seen any KKK in the alt-right.
No, there isn't any.
No, the KKK has always been with the Democrats, and they've been trying to clean up their image and be more progressive these days.
FI's not wrong. I've seen that.
Yes, they're trying to actively seek
minorities
of color, as they put it, to join their ranks.
Wait, what?
It's a Democrat organization,
TRS,
remember?
That's right. Wooly Ram says TRS. That's the other one. He's right. The right stuff.
Oh, the right stuff. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just weird. This template it's weirding me out. This is a very professional template, but if you look, they're not doing anything fancy with it at all. It's all very boilerplate. But still, this is the type of thing that comes from some. Sorry, I just had to stop because I saw Alex Jones and Blair White in the same list.
I thought it was interesting Lawrence Southern's on that list. And what's even more interesting is that Matt Forney is on the other list. Like, Matt Forney has been like nothing but vicious toward the alt-right as of late.
Well,
it's so
weird. No one ever said that these people are that bright.
I don't know. You would think that these guys would be the bright ones,
right? And Vox Day is on the alt-right list too, which is funny because the alt-right's like really after Vox Day right now.
Yep. Also, Vox Day got poll mad at him, which is a really... Also, Vox Day got poll mad at him, so he made a big blunder there. You don't fuck with poll.
Vox Day's kind of like, I don't want to speak against the guy because I really like Vox Day. Like, Vox Day's like, he's like a mentor.
Isn't he spreading himself in so many different directions that he's probably screwing shit up by not paying attention?
Yeah, there's that. His whole issue with Gab right now.
Too.
Like, Vox Day's in the wrong here, and he's pretty much trying to take out Gab now. And because Gab doesn't have any moderation, and which, to be fair, Gab probably does need moderation, but like it's become this real shit show, and it's like, dude, you need to, I don't know. Like I said, you know, I don't dislike Vox Day. Like, you know, like I said, you know, the guy kind of was a mentor for me for a while, so I deeply respect the guy, but man, he's like lost his fucking mind lately.
I find it interesting how long the alt-right list is. It's like the only people who are on the alt-right list are the people who have statements that are irrefutable that say that they're not alt-right, is my guess.
Yeah. What's interesting to me also is, like, a lot of the people, I don't know who a lot of the people on the alt-right list are. Like Jason Kessler. Yeah, that's the guy that blocked me because I said he was a Fed.
That's a hilarious thing to get blocked over.
Oh yeah, like I like went off on the dude. But how do you even listen to Forney? Forney's got a certain style about him that is I find humorous.
This template thing is massively bothering me, and I don't know why. It's dumb, I know, but it's really bugging me.
Forney unapologetically said fat women deserve to be shamed, and I don't know. I find that amusing because I'm a horrible human being. Extremely grating. It probably is hypocritical. I'm not going to deny that.
This website
I
actually
mean, I'm not like a huge Matt Forney fan. I'm not saying that, but you know, I don't have any like absolute animosity toward the guy.
Wait a second.
To be honest,
a WordPress theme?
To be honest, Matt Forney kind of almost comes off like he just really doesn't give a shit about things anymore. He's just like, whatever, just leave me alone. I don't care. Like, yeah, that's degenerate. They shouldn't be doing that. I'm in Hungary. I don't care. Like that kind of seems to be like his MO.
This website has WordPress related JavaScript in it. I think this is a blog software with an off-the-shelf template that's probably been colored appropriately.
It's been diverted by the template. All right, so I got like one more topic here, and I know this one's not going to interest Neil at all because.
Well, do we have any other topics before we get to this one?
Oh, hey,
no, I don't think we do.
Oh, are you going to share that one?
Which one?
Tweet? The one from
The Liberty and Justice?
No, not that. The one from
like
Architectural Revival.
Architectural Revival? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Neil should share that one.
Okay.
Go ahead and post that. I'm fairly certain it's safe. My browser doesn't show video, so I'm going to assume that FI isn't trying to destroy my live stream with degeneracy.
What the fuck?
Oh no, it's not about destroying your timeline with degeneracy. It's about the opposite, in fact.
What the?
Let's play this.
Oh, okay, I guess. Oh, hold on. It's acting funny because Twitter's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Did what I just think happened?
Yes. Yuki retweeted this a bit earlier today, so I figured I'd share it with you guys since I thought Anarch Angel would love it.
This session shows up and the Marxists just scatter.
Yep.
Oh my god!
This is a thing of beauty.
Oh, it's so.
That's pretty.
I got the theater up right when it ended.
It's so beautiful.
That was
it's just
amazing.
so beautiful.
I like the start, just the very start of it.
So it's like triggered.
Trad Catholics show up and they immediately flee.
No. What? Oh.
Isn't it great? The Trad Catholics just show up and suddenly the Marxists decide to flee. It's a thing of beauty.
Willie Ram is asking that you poke at Total Biscuit's social blade. Neil?
I can. I'm just trying to figure out why the cat's gone, even though it's not frozen.
Huh.
Pepe's gone too. And so is the copyright logo for
Pepe's
Pepe.
normally gone from that one. It's only this one that has Pepe.
Ah, right.
Maybe they disappeared to pay respects to the traditionalist Catholics.
Somehow I doubt that.
Either that
you're talking
or
about the cat.
was chased off by the Catholics.
Oh dear.
I can't explain
Those cat girls need to convert.
Okay, but I'm gonna cycle the program. That's preposterous. That's just weird. I'm quite perplexed by this behavior. It has never done this particular series of things.
So.
Okay, Social Blade, right? Social Blade.
Or boomboxing traditional hymns while walking on campus or live singing. I don't know. That's some really impressive live singing if that's what they're doing. Although,
that's the thing of beauty.
Yeah, I mean, they very well could be. Like I've seen some live singing at churches that is really, really well done. So.
Oh.
He's
Still
dropped
going
100
down, huh?
subscribers.
What was his grade before? Was he B always or?
Oh,
He loses. You know, he gains sometimes now. He's got some. He's got some stability here. Yeah, or not stability, but a sine wave.
It's
Wow.
still falling.
Wait. Did he do something last month?
he must have.
He just keeps digging his own grave.
Like, look at this.
Deeper
This is
and
amazing.
deeper.
Every time it starts to go back up. Actually, the views only on that one, not subs. But look,
17 minutes long.
every time it levels out and maybe peaks a few times up a little bit, it just dives again. What the hell is he doing? Well, I don't follow him anymore, so I don't know what he's done that would cause this.
He's fucking up big time, that's what he's doing.
But if these are his
You
estimated
backed the wrong crowd.
how would you? I don't even care about who he's backing. Well, you know.
You do know that people are still upset with him over being all butthurt over the R-Traps gay question, right?
Oh, no, has he done anything?
He is never going to live that down, okay?
Yeah, I'm
Total
surprised.
Biscuit is never going to live it down for the reaction he made.
Yeah, I'm surprised he recovered from the stupid everyone who voted for Trump.
Well, it wasn't even just the reaction. It was that he doubled down on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the everyone who voted for Trump is a racist and I don't want you in my audience leave was and then the fake coming to Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize some of you felt disenfranchised and were tricked into voting for him. I'm surprised that he ever recovered from that.
Still.
He did recover from that somehow. But
he's a
wow,
leftist.
that just shows you the power of the internet. You know, every Trump voter, who voted, get out, like, leave. I don't want you in my audience. Followed by, oh, I'm sorry. You were tricked. I didn't realize you were tricked. Felt disenfranchised and were tricked. Somehow he survives that, and yet he insults traps basically, or he screws up the traps are gay thing. And he didn't really insult. I don't know. He screws up the traps are gay thing, and he hasn't recovered.
Yeah.
It's because by that point he's explicitly shown he can't handle the bans.
Yeah.
No, we knew he couldn't handle much when he removed the comments from his YouTube channel.
Now, to be fair, do we know that he removed them and not YouTube? Because YouTube's...
What?
Nah, I'm pretty sure he's losing subscribers because TB keeps fucking up.
Alright, I'm back.
You can only burn goodwill for so long. I fucking hate you and your constant falling out. What? Stop dropping your phone.
My phone's been sitting here, like, just chilling. But, no, what I was saying is, are we certain that he's deleting the comments and it's not just YouTube doing it? Because honestly...
he disables his comments.
Oh, he disables his comments. Oh, yeah, how with that?
Yeah, or specifically, he sets them so that they all require verification, or they all require him say, yes, this can show, and then he never does it for any of them because you can't actually turn... You couldn't actually turn them off back when he first did that because of the Google Plus integration. I think you can turn them off now. But, you know.
It's funny that TV just seems to enjoy digging his own grave.
Well, I mean, it's timely. That was bad. I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Ouch.
I will be vicious, but I don't like being
The cancer treatment removed whatever little humanity was left of him.
Holy shit. But, okay, so we do have one more article here.
Yes, it wasn't the cancer that was infecting his body. It was what was left of his humanity.
Alright, so we got this one.
The whole TV thing is just sad.
Huh.
So much promise.
He should give up on this whole progressivism thing and make amends with God, but I doubt he's ever gonna do that.
He's not gonna. Oh God! Have you seen his atheist post on something awful?
I haven't. No,
Oh.
I didn't know he was an atheist.
Oh wow. Actually, maybe.
Oh
he's
no,
Buddhist.
he used to be an Anglican, but now I think he's probably an atheist because he did say he regretted making that
Oh
post on theism.
right. I'm sorry. I screwed that up. He posted that he wasn't an atheist, but he did it in the most cringy way possible by saying how he was better than everyone and how he had a high IQ. And then he got beat so badly in that situation because obviously if someone's doing that, they have no ability to argue anything. That he then I think he went deist for a while, and then eventually he stopped mentioning it altogether. So I have no idea.
He's an apostate, and as far as I'm concerned,
Well,
you know
Yeah,
how
you
I
have,
feel about
you have some pretty high standards anyway. So
your standards
we got-
are a bit too high.
well, yeah, but
I
we
don't
got
think
this
so.
guy, Father Martin here. Jesuit.
God.
Of course, they're always Jesuits.
Just
Unfortunately. Didn't you
Yeah,
once hear about how the head of the Jesuits basically said that he doesn't like the words doctrine or dogma?
there we
Of
go.
course he did.
I
Because
missed stopping
again,
the audio.
Jesuits.
I like those words because they mean you actually believe in something, that you hold something to be true, that you have principles that you stand by.
But well, according to this guy, chastity is not. Because church teaching on chastity is not authoritative if not received by the LGBT community.
Yeah, that's
Right. So chastity is not required for homosexuals. Teaching chastity is not binding consequences of the faithful because it's not been received by the people. It's a denial and infallible teaching authority in the Catholic Church in matters of both faith and morals. And then he said,
So wait. So they're saying that they still have to do the chastity thing, but the homosexuals don't because it doesn't count.
yeah.
What?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
And then
It contradicts.
and right here, this is like, all right, things can always approve, and the Holy Spirit knows what she's doing.
Oh, God. This is what the veneration of Mary is for. Venerate Mary. Stop trying to feminize God. God
But
damn.
so yeah,
So
just,
again, one set of rules for one group, another set of rules for another group.
and it's like, you know,
Completely
at the end of the
contradicting
day,
what has been established for nearly 2,000 years.
Just forget about that. It's literally like, well, they do it in the butt, so it doesn't count. Like, apparently the rear end doesn't count as an entry, or the rear door doesn't count as an entry. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that if you have a back door, you're still going into the same house.
Wow.
What?
That's a really odd euphemism.
I just made it up, so...
Well, here's the thing. Technically, homosexual acts don't count as sex according to church teaching. They count as sodomy, and sodomy is an express sin. So, sodomy still counts as a violation of the principle of chastity, though. So,
Yeah, you know, different
Friar
doors, same
Martin
place.
here is wrong.
and it's like, you know, like at the end of the day, like I don't really care what the LGBT community does because, you know, it doesn't affect me. But trying to outright say, well, it's not sinful. It's okay to do. That's like that's a whole other
lying.
level of perversity. Yeah, that's disgusting. And it's like, and if you truly believe in the scripture at all, then what you're doing is intentionally misleading people. And
I
that's
can't get over the
abhorrent.
double standard of it. Literally, like, ignoring the thing you're saying, just look at this. Homosexuals not bound to chastity.
Mm.
I'm sure his quote was somewhat better said, but if that's the boil down of it. So, okay, chastity is a requirement. Unless you're gay. What?
What?
What? How about, it's like, why wouldn't it be more better if you were going to do this to remove the requirement of chastity? I'm talking from a logical standpoint, from a not treating
Be
different
consistent.
groups differently. Yeah, being consistent. Not be like actually having an ethos that isn't having to set up your ideology, having everything not be based around like this group is
The
this
thing is,
identity has these
Catholicism
rules.
isn't really an ideology per se, it's a living tradition.
True.
And if you scroll further down, on September 18th, pro-gay Bishop Robert McElroy of the Diocese of San Diego, go figure, wrote an op-ed in American Magazine where Father Martin is an editor-at-large, coming in defense of the celebrity Jesuit. In the article, Bishop McElroy called Orthodox Catholics a cancer in the church.
Good God. Yep, we need an inquisition, right? To an archangel.
We need to disband the Jesuits and reinstate the Inquisition and the Templars. But that's well, the Templars
This
is
is a
debatable. The
shame.
Inquisition is not. But yeah, this disgusted me, so I wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Like I said, like at the end of the day, I don't care about the GLBT whatever, but like, I mean, what they're doing is they're
Those
misleading
degenerate giblets.
into hell, essentially. I'm looking at Wooly Ram. One more article for Beckloff to filling at the Catholics. Oh shit, am I still there?
Here's the thing. Church Militant is a traditionalist Catholic publication.
Yeah, no, Church Militant. They're against this. Like they're against this guy.
Yeah, Church Militant is like really hardcore on the traditionalism. So,
well, this is crazy.
For those of you Catholic viewers out there, yeah, this is they're a pretty cool group.
Yeah, my internet actually just went out, so luckily I'm still on my phone.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, once my phone goes out, I'll be dropped from the live stream again. But I also lost my link. I'm gonna reset my router while I'm here.
Okay.
Maybe sometime you should read TV's post to see his like famous post. This is just a quote of it because they put it behind a paywall on Something Awful because that's what they do.
Yeah.
I haven't read through his post. All I know is that he went on a board called Something Awful to tell everyone that they were basically he did
that being an atheist doesn't make them intelligent.
Yeah, basically he did the shitting in other people's house thing. Okay. And then he has such glorious things as something about the Big Bang Theory, not the TV show. I don't think that didn't exist yet. If one were to compare the human mind to a computer, try feeding the Big Bang Theory to the medieval man, and it's like trying to shove Bioshock into a Commodore VIC-20.
Medieval men were not stupid.
No, they certainly were not.
Like, seriously, some of the most brilliant philosophers of all time are from the Middle Ages.
Consider, if you have to work for a living, you don't have a lot of leisure time. That's the people think of, the people who are busy all the time. Anyone who had any time to do any thinking, that's where you got all those ideas and stuff that we know of. All of those philosophies in that era. It's just people who had a little time to actually think.
I can't see the chat anymore, unfortunately. I'm going to read some of the stuff from the chat before I dropped out. So,
Alrighty.
Yeah, Yodi Khan says, when you join the Jesuits, you have to have a lobotomy. Willie Ram adds, what happened to the Jesuits? They once spread their faith across the world. Now they seem like an anti-faith cabal. I honestly don't know. I'm wondering that too, like what kind of infection got in there and just
communist infiltration.
Yeah, like that's pretty much what it is.
The gummy pinkos. Did he drop again?
I'm still here. I should be here.
You're still here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're still here.
I'm just trying to get my internet back up so we can.
So yeah, you'll have to read through TV's post and see what parts of it are any good. Though from the religious perspective, because there's a lot. Like
he's basically trying to say that he's basically trying to take a stab at the pretentious pseudo-intellectual atheists who brag about how brilliant they are because they deny the existence of God. Which, let's face it, most of these atheists haven't read a drop of philosophy in the slightest.
Admittedly,
I have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
It seems like TB hasn't either.
Yeah, he hasn't.
I mean, seriously, your go-to analogy was installing BioShock on a VIC-20.
Well, he is a gamer, to be fair. Like, he's known for being a video gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was before he was famous.
Oh. Wow.
The thing is, though, using analogies is a common rhetorical technique for trying to convey an idea.
Well, of course, but what an odd analogy to use. Also, as we've already pointed out, the thing he was analogizing, it's not actually compatible with. Ay, ay, ay. Apparently, okay. Yeah, that Vic 20 comment carries all the way through the whole thing. Wake the hell up and use your brain, because my god, non-god explosion, man in the sky, Vic 20 gave it to you for a reason.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can see the
there
trend.
is a huge problem with atheists who think they're smarter than everybody else just because they're atheists.
Yeah.
It's a huge problem.
There's problems with people in general who think they're smarter than everyone else. Like this guy. Signs his fucking posts.
Not wrong.
Okay, I had to show that, especially after I got it backwards saying what it was. Yeah, that's pretty hilarious, honestly.
Atheists who have no fucking clue what they're talking about are extremely dismissive of religion.
Well, yeah.
And that is a real problem.
But
although I will say TV is not much brighter than them.
Honestly, most people don't take those atheists seriously anymore.
Thank
like their
God.
heyday is done. Like,
I really
they took
hope
off
so.
in like they took off like I'd say like at the end of the Bush administration is like really when like atheism came to like prominence, which I imagine was largely because of the religious context that came with like the wars and such.